guys, it's your man Coach Rich Coach Babs, and welcome to the Think Strong Be Strong channel. If it's your first time, please hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the notifications bell so you know when I drop a video. Always leave a comment, much appreciated. Whatever brought you to my channel today, I hope you find what you're looking for. If you're an avid listener or an avid watcher, welcome back. I always appreciate you showing up. I appreciate the love and the support you guys give me. It's dating. It's a conversation around dating today. It's been a while, but I don't know. This topic kept on bugging me, so I thought, let's talk about it. So, without further ado, let's get to it, shall we? Yo, what up, guys? So, like I said, man, this topic just kept on bugging me. So I thought I'd talk about it. It ain't even like something that personally affects me recently at all. But I guess it could be something. No, it's not. I don't think it's even something that I've been guilty of in the past. In fact, it's something that I've always been told off for in the past. But it's around dating, relationships, looking for the one, you know. So I see this and I get conversations about this I used to get it quite often. And it's this whole, when you're done, are you really done? Or when you're done, do you actually act done? Or is it just all talk? Now, I remember I was talking to a few people a couple of months back, and they were all in kind of similar situations where they were dating somebody, and they said they were done, right? But yet they were still keeping the phone number of the people that they said they were done with on their phone. Or this person would come back every now and then and just drop in casually, and they would entertain the conversation and then find themselves back in the place where they said they didn't want to be again. And it's kind of funny because I guess we all kind of do it in a way. We break up with somebody, we say we're done, and then even if we're the ones who's broke up with that person, we then try and slide back in their DMs again and test the waters and see if a few sweet lines here or a few "I've changed, I'm not who I used to be" lyrics are dropped, then they will welcome you back in. Because let's face it, if you spend a considerable amount of time with that person, you kind of have the inside track on them, you know, almost like a life hack. You've got a hack, so you know how to get to them faster than somebody brand new who's trying to get to that person. Do you understand? And they're kind of still hung up on you anyway. And before you know it, you're back in that place again, and then you're feeling crap because they haven't really changed and they're still doing the same shit they were doing before. And there you are saying that you deserve better, and you're probably giving the new person who's trying to get to know you a hard time because you have trust issues, or because you're not really sure, or because you're doubting your worth, or because you've allowed somebody else who doesn't know your worth or know your value to come back in and in essence fuck shit up for you again, or allow you to fuck your own shit up. Now, I guess we're all fall victim to this pattern, and it's not a good pattern. It is toxic. It's a toxic behavior, and you can call it a form of self-harming because you're allowing this into yourself. You know, a person can only do so much to a degree. In order for it to affect you, sometimes you have to open the door and allow it in. So I call it a form of self-harming, emotionally and mentally. So, and you know, sometimes physically, because it can take its toll on you. But that's another conversation for another time, about how, you know, a relationship can really fuck with you physically if it's not good for you. But we'll talk about that another time. So yeah, so when I have these conversations, I'm telling them, well, why don't you just block them? Or if you've changed your number, why you allow, you know, or block them off your social media or stuff. Like, why are you choosing to allow this person to come back into your life if you claim that they were so toxic or negative or derogative towards you in the first place. And I'm really careful with the words I say, because if you notice, I said, why did you choose, to allow such behavior? Because it's a choice. You choose to open the door to something that you chose to close the door on. Why would you choose to reopen it again? It is like an addict who has been struggling to give up smoking for the longest time, and all the work and all the excuses they used to make to go out and smoke a cigarette, and now they finally kicked the habit, and something's happened, and now you want to pick up the cigarette and smoke it again. You've made a choice. The situation's happened. Yes, you cannot really control every situation, but you can always choose to control the way you react to such. So do you really want to go through everything you went through to get over that situation again by choosing to allow it back into your life again? Now, I've had some relationships where it was so toxic and so horrible, that I was in a very dark place. And when I finally let go of everything pertaining to that, and I delete the phone number, block them from contacting me because I don't want them to upset my energy or my spirit. Do you understand? Remove them off my social media. Just cancel all areas for them to get to me that I can control. There is no way that I'm going to allow it to come back in, because I know the work that I would have put in and that I have put in on myself to not be in that place. And I've identified what is the trigger to that place. Not everything is about, oh, well, if I'm just more stronger to say no to that person, then it will be easier. No, it won't. That's not always the case. Sometimes you just have to get rid. And if you're going to block somebody, then block them. Don't block them and then unblock them later on. Why? Why are you doing that for? Then you don't really want to block them, which means whatever you've dealt with in the past, it weren't really as bad as you claim it to be, or you enjoyed an aspect of it, or you don't really want out of the relationship. You just think you want out of the relationship. Maybe you just want a break. If that's the case, be honest with yourself and say that. But don't be out there saying, I'm done, they're this, they're that, all these negative or less desirable comments that you're labeling these people, and then you're entertaining them back into your life because they're an ex. If your child was in a similar situation, would you tolerate your child or somebody that you really love to be continuously hurt by such a behavior? I don't think you would. So then if you wouldn't tolerate it for somebody else that you love, why do you not love yourself enough to not tolerate it for yourself either? Do you understand? So if you're going to block somebody, block them. If you're going to get rid of them out of your life, get rid out of your life. Start your life brand new. Give somebody else another opportunity to walk into your life and be the one that you said you're after. Here's the beautiful thing. People, no matter how lit you think you are, or how hot you've been told you are, or how irresistible you believe you are, based on experience or based on comments, here's the thing: people will get bored after being ignored for so long. So if an ex is trying to get at you and you don't want them to get at you, if you ignore them and you block every avenue for them to get at you, believe it or not, they will find somebody else to entertain them. You will no longer be number one on the billboard. Somebody else will take their time. Now you have to ask yourself at that point: is that what you want? Do you really want to be off the list? Are you okay being forgotten or being benched for somebody brand new? And you genuinely do want to move on? Then go. Then you're all good. But if you think that you don't like the fact that you are no longer desirable by this one person, you don't like the fact that he or she has made you you're their end and their be all, then you're the one who's entertaining the heartbreak. You're the one who's causing this negative feeling for your way. You're the one who's baiting them in. You're giving them a reason to holler at you. If they're sending you messages and you're reading and replying, you are asking for it. You want them to communicate with you. You want to see if they're going to back up their ideas. Either way, you're entertaining the idea of potentially going back. That's just how I see it. You know, if an ex wants to be a friend, sure, but it's going to take a bit of time to be a friend, and there's going to be boundaries that are going to be put in place because they can't talk to you the way they spoke to you when they were your partner or when they were your fuck buddy. They can't. And you need to put them at a distance enough for them to realize that in order for them to be able to have a level of communication with you, there's a certain way they need to behave. And it doesn't mean that that certain way of behavior is guaranteed you guys are going to get back together. It just means it guarantees a level of communication or friendship or a sort of relationship that is non-romantic, if that's what you want. But if you know you want something romantic, then fine, do what you're doing. But don't delude yourself or confuse yourself in thinking that the ex is the one who's trying to get at you and they won't take no for an answer. If you've opened the door and you've not told them don't come in, what do you think they're going to do? They're going to come in. It's as simple as that. If you're calling them cute names that you used to call when you guys were together, when you're replying and you're trying to say you're trying to be friendly, no, you're not. You're asking for them to. You're giving them a piece of rope for them to try and climb. I might get some shit for this. Some of you might be like, no, that's completely wrong, blah, blah, blah. But this is my take on it. If you're done, you're done. If they don't take no for an answer, then you show them no. You block every avenue possible. You get them off. You block, you delete. Like me, I delete, I block, and then I delete. So there's no block and then go through my block list and then, see, I don't know, Stacy or Alison or Sarah's name or Chantel's name. I'll be like, oh yeah, with the profile picture, let me drop her a message, say what's up. No, there's no need for that. I delete, I block, and then I delete. I don't want to know whose number it is, because when it's a few months down the line and I'm going through my block list and I don't recognize that number, I'm like, well, who's this? It's gone. There's no temptation to message. And even if an ex does pop up out of the blue, be at a place where you know what you want and how you want it, and make it very clear if you're going to step to me. I mean, look, I'm not saying you can't get back with an ex, because life has a funny way of making things happen. But you have to be clear on what you want. And if you know that this person has come back and they can't deliver on what you want, it doesn't matter about the great times you had in the past. It doesn't, because that was the past. It matters about the great times you want to make right now. And it matters about the core values you've instilled in yourself right now. The things that have shaped you and made you into the woman or the man you are right now. And you need to ask yourself, are they going to fit your core values? Yes or no? If this ex is not going to fit your core values, then just see you later. It's as simple as that. Like, to stop entertaining stuff from the past, especially relationship wise, that you know ain't good for you. It weren't good for you then. And you know, patterns repeat themselves over and over. So if you see they're still doing the same thing, they're still talking in the same way that didn't work for you before, it ain't gonna work for you now. Don't entertain it, cut it off, move on. Like, genuinely move on and give yourself as somebody else a chance to make something beautiful happen. Make the thing that you actually want happen to happen. Or keep living a life of insanity, doing the same thing over and over again with the same person, expecting a different outcome. They don't get it. You're entertaining their old habits. So as far as they're concerned, they're good. You're feeling shit because you've actually want to go to a different place. You're just trying to bring somebody who doesn't want to move to a different place. That's why he or she's an ex. And as long as you're entertaining them, then that just means sometimes to them, especially when they're still talking in the way they were before and acting in the way they were before, and they haven't moved, they're not quote unquote leveled up in their thinking or in their mannerism or their behavior or even in the way they speak to you, and you've had other people out there speak to you or talk to you in the way that you like or you desire, then why are you wasting your time back there in the past? Just move forward with the brand new. Like, get what you deserve. Get what you say you wanted. Like, it might be unknown, scary. You might be unsure. Okay, it might hurt you. Possibility. It might do great. Possibility. How will you know until you wholeheartedly go in with that person? You won't know. You'll just assume. But what you do know is the one from before, the ex, he or she ain't changed the way she speaks or acts, then you already know what you're gonna get yourself into over there. Why are you still entertaining it? Be done and move forward. Cut it and cut it completely. Simple as that. Anyway, I won't go on too long. There's plenty of other conversations we can talk about when it comes to affairs of the heart. Plenty of stories one can share as well. But like I always say, live your life one step, one rep at a time. Think strong, be strong. Remember, impossible is nothing. Leave a comment in the box below and look out for one of my other videos about your worth, knowing your worth. This kind of ties in to knowing your worth. So you'll see a link for that as well. Anyway, guys, take it easy. Peace.